Hey everybody, I wanted to share a video with you, just some things that I was inspired to share because it's made a big difference in my life. The content of this video comes from two sources. A video I watched about Marcus Aurelius, who was a philosopher, and typically he's stated as being a Stoic philosopher. And then also when I was on the Bridge to Peace Project website, I was reading part of the epilogue, and there's a section in there called Capitalism, Friend or Foe, which I wanted to talk about as well. And so there will be links to both of those items in the description down below. But for that being said, I wanted to give some things that have worked for me that hopefully, if you resonate with this information, it'll work for you as well. And so moving the last couple of months, I've had this kind of resurgence of wanting to be more spiritual in life, wanting to increase my communication and my relationship with God, right? And I wanted to help a lot more people. I've always wanted to help people in life, but like there's just been this desire and this urge to really put more action behind it instead of just thinking of ways that I could help people. Actually going out and try my best to continue to improve. Right. And then there's also been this overall sense at work as well as at home of idea of continuous improvement. Hi. Continuous improvement on yourself or in your workstation, whatever it may be. And so that has also been a prevalent theme for me. After watching this video about Marcus Aurelius, it made a lot of sense for me that if you want to make changes in your life for any number of things, you can make a different version of yourself. Like if you write down, okay, this is me currently, these are the changes I want to make. And the changes you want to make are version 2.0, a different sort of you. So then whenever you go throughout your day, when you're trying to make different decisions, you can ask yourself in those moments where it might be a little hard for you, what would that version of me do in this situation? And then slowly by making those different decisions, you start to transition or become that version that you wanted to become. That doesn't mean it's going to be perfect. It doesn't mean that I always succeed in doing so. There's sometimes I know that I need to make a different decision, but I don't make that decision. But it's still just an ongoing process that helps me kind of remove myself from the emotional attachment of making that decision and placing it on a future sort of version of myself, even though it's just me all the way around. So that was one of the techniques that has been helping me a lot, is just making different decisions that I know can help benefit. And then as you move from where you are to version 2.0, then you make a version 3.0 and then version 4.0. You just continue to improve because it's a continuous improvement process that never ends. And it doesn't have to be a bunch of things at one time. Maybe from where you are to version 2.0 of where you want to be, just includes one small change. Maybe it's you want to give 5 compliments a day to people, or maybe you want to learn how to listen more instead of speaking all the time, or maybe you want to get physically in shape, whatever it may be. There are a number of things. Maybe it's for me, it's become more clear, establish a more clear communication with God. So the information or the thoughts that I think or inspire to think aren't so muddied, so to speak. And so for me, that's an ongoing process that I'm inspired to pursue. But for you, it could be anything that you're inspired at this time in this juncture of your life to pursue. It may be, something of material, and which goes into the Bridge to Peace Project's website, where I was reading Capitalism, Friend or Foe, where really illuminated for me that capitalism or money, money doesn't have to be associated with capitalism, but that having money can open up a lot of avenues. And so for me, for the longest time, I struggled with, the desire for money, whether it was something spiritual or something for my ego. And that's for a whole different video, but that I've wanted a lot of money. I've wanted to move to different places. I wanted to have certain things. But a lot of the times it's because of selfish reasons, and also because I want certain things so I can help certain people in certain ways. And that, for me, reading that section helped kind of alleviate some of the negative connotation that I associated with money, that it wasn't so much at all anything about money, but the greed for money, understanding that when we continue to take and take and take and consume, you're taking a bigger and bigger portion of that pie that we all take from. And so when you can learn that, hey, what you have is enough, I think that's kind of where, you continue to overstep. You got to have more and more. That's where it becomes a problem. That's just kind of my commentary on that little section, but I would encourage you to read and comment for yourself what makes sense for you. But I just want to share that with you guys. Again, just to recap, making decisions in the moment that your future self, however you want to, be, would do. And then slowly making more of those decisions that would help you just kind of transition into that person, as well as understanding that we're all in different areas in our life. And some of the things that we're going to be inspired to do are going to be different than what other people do. It doesn't make either of us right or wrong. It just means that we're at different points in your life. You're going to have different kind of urges to do different things. So just want to share that with you guys. I hope that helps in some form or fashion. Again, the descriptions is going to hold the link to both the video and the information that I had read. And I hope you guys have a good night. I'll talk to you soon, and I love you guys.